Yeah, the only thing that's holding up this fight is Marty Juiceman and the CEO of EPO taking forever to sign the contract. He's getting, the jitters. He's scared. He's been in there with me. He knows what's going to happen when we get back in there again. He's not going to have a ref to help him cheat. And, isn't it ironic that he's asking to fight another lightweight in Chiesa, and he wanted to fight in June, but the guy that's in front of him, he's not the matchmaker. Marty Juiceman doesn't pick his fights. It's the UFC that puts the best fights on. I'm the #1 guy in the world. I have a #1 ranking next to my name, and I'm next for Marty Juiceman. So he was ready to fight in June versus Michael Chiesa. Why isn't he ready to fight me? It sounds like he knows I'm a hard fight, because if it was an easy fight, wouldn't he just want to come take this fight right away, get it out of the way? But no, he knows. He knows I'm going to take his lunch money next time I see him. I'm going to give him a wedgie inside that octagon, and I'm going to take that 10 pounds of gold.
Please, man, anything you can do, Ali. Please talk to Hunter Campbell, talk to Dana. Please get me out of this fight. I don't want to fight Colby round 2. I got so lucky and beat him on my best night and Colby's worst night. I don't want to go back to that dark place ever again. I told him right away, I said, I'm ready to go today, Dana. We can go next weekend. Whenever the UFC needs me for the pay-per-view, I'm showing up, and I'm fucking showing out for the world, man. I'm the best in the world right now. I'm going to put on an entertaining show for the world that's going to leave everybody speechless, and the jaws are going to be dropped when they see the new Colby Chaos Covington. I'm ready to go today. Me and Marty can fight tomorrow, but, the thing is he needs to get his new chemist to give him the proper shots, to get all juiced up and so he can fight me again, because that juice box knows he can't fight me, fair and clean. He's got to be cheating to fight me, but it's not going to make a difference, Mike. He can do all the steroids, all the EPO in the world, because he is the CEO of EPO, but it doesn't matter. Marty Juiceman, I'm going to end his career and I'm going to break his soul. He's definitely doing steroids. So we all know he doesn't move the needle in this sport. He's not a draw. So the only needle that Marty Juiceman moves is the needle he puts in his ass every day. People get on me all the time about the trash talk, supposedly, when I'm just saying facts. I'm saying truth. There's no lies. Maybe I'm blatantly, obvious about, or maybe I'm putting in people's face not the nice way that they want to hear, and they want to hear it sugar-coated. But I'm giving you truth. And if you're mad about facts and your feelings, man, this is the hurt business. We get locked up to kill each other, to put another guy in a coma. But you're mad about some words I said. Your feelings are hurt about some words, but you're okay if I go in there and kill the guy because it's sport. But you can't be mad about trash talk. So, I just think that it's hypocritical, and these people are just, a bunch of neck-bearded virgins.
I'm looking to only fight for the Undisputed Championship. I already have the interim title. I'm already America's champ. I'm the people's champ. I'm Donald Trump's favorite fighter. That's my best title ever to date. So I'm only fighting for the Undisputed title. I've earned it. I deserve it. And that's what needs to be, that's what needs to happen. That's the only thing that would be just in this sport, is to make this rematch. So much controversy the fight. First time, I can't believe we've had to wait this long to get to this point. It's over a year and a half, coming up on 2 years now. So let's run it back. I've improved a lot since the last time we fought. I'm at a new gym, new coaches, Cesar Carnero, Daniel Valverde, man, those guys have completely transformed my game. I'm a completely different martial artist today than I was 2 years ago. So I want to get back out there, put on a show for the fans, put on a show for the UFC, and show who's the best welterweight in the world.
I just see me just giving him a wedgie in the middle of the octagon and just slapping him all around the octagon, throwing him from one side of the cage to the other until he quits. It would probably be a verbal submission. He'd probably tap out and be the first fighter in a big high-profile fight to tap out from just getting just absolutely annihilated. So it wouldn't be competitive. And deep down inside, he knows that. But, he talked reckless before, and I just want to keep him accountable for his words. I'm a man of my word, and I don't just talk the talk. I walk the walk.
They're definitely going to have to force his hand. He's asking for a crazy amount of money to fight me again. Right now, he's just tainting his legacy. I think the fans are seeing the true side of him. He doesn't want to fight the next challenger up, the #1 guy with the #1 next to his name, the guy that pushed you to the limit and gave you the toughest fight of your career, that beat you in multiple rounds. He's not the best welterweight. He's not this GOAT or this #1 pound-for-pound fighter. If he was, he'd want to fight the next man up. He'd want to fight a guy where, there's still a lot of drama to be finished. We have unfinished business.
They're just waiting on Marty, ever since, he beat that fragile dude, Street Judas Masvidal. He's been running, but he just found out there's nowhere left to hide, Mike, and he's going to have to face me inside that octagon sooner than later. So, as soon as Marty, his balls, stop shrinking and he comes back to earth, he can fight me again. But the thing is, he's off the grid. He's hiding right now. He's probably got his phone on airplane mode. He's denying all the UFC's calls, so he doesn't want to sign the contract. He's just hoping some alien invasion happens where he can just pick some other lightweight washout to fight again. But now he knows there's nowhere else for him to go. It's me and him, round 2. Too much controversy in the first fight, Mike. I don't care what anybody says. You can't claim to be this champion. You can't claim to be this great and all-time great fighter if you don't prove the doubters wrong and prove the fans right. You didn't win that fight fairly the first time, and here we go, round 2. Usman Covington, round 2. I can't wait for it to happen, and it's only up to him when it's going to happen. It might take a couple months, might take, who knows, maybe a year by the time he signs a contract, but it will happen. It's going to happen, and the UFC has reassured me of that. So-called home country of Africa. We know you only went back there because it's the first time you've ever been back to Africa, because we all know, Marty, that you were born in Dallas and you went to college in Nebraska. So stop hiding in Africa from me. Get back to America. Let's get this deal done. Man, you look desperate. I know you're squirming right now. You're scared to fight me again. Let's get this done. Let's find out who the best welterweight in the planet is. He's hiding from it. I revealed to the media a couple weeks ago, he was even taking meetings with other management companies because, Usman was like, oh man, Ali, you made promises to me. You said you wouldn't get me, I wouldn't have to fight Colby again. You said we would get all these money fights. I would get Conor, this and that. And Ali's not coming through with his promises. So, now Marty Usman's entertaining other managers. It's clear Marty Usman doesn't want me. And if Marty Usman decides to duck me and retire right off in the sunset, because he knows what's coming, if he decides to do that, then that's okay. We'll move on with business. I am fighting for the UFC world title, my next fight. Dana White and Hunter Campbell made that apparent to me. They've promised it over and over. They've quadrupled down on it. So that fight's going to happen. It just matters who it's going to be. I hope it's going to be Marty Usman. We know the sport's crazy. There's a lot of twists and turns. At any moment, you can end the fight with a knockout, with a submission. This needs to happen. The people want to see round 2 of this fight. It's the 2 best welterweights in the world going at it, determining who's going to be the greatest welterweight of all time. And speaking of greatest of all time, if Marty's out there, James, and claiming to be #1 pound for pound, the greatest of all time, this and that, come out here and fight the next guy and let him, the #1 guy in the world. What else do I need to do? And Dana and the fans have already guaranteed this fight's happening. So you have no other fight. Come fight me, or, just run away like the little bitch you are.